So yeah, basically, when I was 7, I was involved in taekwondo. I ran track, and I did gymnastics, and I played football growing up. Also flag football, and I also like basketball a lot. Uh, so yeah, growing up, I had anger problems. Uh, Upset a lot because my grandmother. I would feel like my grandmother would treat my little sister better than me. It would be nights that I would go in the room and be there by myself while they having a movie night and no invites. And I would feel left out. Also, I would have get. I was very outspoken and wise as a child. That my grandmother, I would say what I would say, and my grandmother would say back to me a lot of mean things about my dad and whatnot. Mm, she would basically curse and say, "You a devil. I can't stand you," and that was consistently the word I would hear a lot from her. And she would also talk to me about my mom and my dad, and it was a lot of family court when it comes to my dad and my grandmother and my mom. We were involved with DCF was involved because I guess due to the age of my dad, my grandmother told a fib once upon a time that I didn't have a dad, but that's because she didn't want them too deep in the business of the, the age range of my mom and my dad. I heard a lot of rumors. My dad would tell me that my mom used to say she didn't want me, that she would drop me on my head a lot. And I was told when I was 3 years old, I stopped breathing, and they had to perform CPR on me to come back to life. It was in my medical records, actually. My story gets a little intense as I go through it with you guys, but you know, my to me, my grandmother was a little money hungry and a little manipulative. You know, I could have been anywhere else though at the same time, so I do appreciate her. Also, but I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm going to tell it how my life story, how I see my life story, not how anybody else see it. So yeah, I went to Nathan B. Young Elementary School. I was brought up in Opelika. At age 10, I was on house arrest for having a fight with my neighbor. My grandmother called the police because the girl kept messing with me, so I took the handle off the bicycle and clunked her in the ear, and she started bleeding. But yeah, I was on house arrest, and later on cut my monitor off. So how did I feel in elementary school with the house arrest monitor on? Awful. But At the end of the day, I felt as if I was just being a kid, you know, and had a lot of anger built up. You know, at age 11, a little bit before then, say 10, 11, I was running away. I used to try to run away to get to my mom. I remember when I was 10 years old, I ran away barefooted. I walked from Opelika to Liberty City, Scott Projects, looking for my mom, and she wasn't there. She was running the streets out of town here and there. I was pretty sad. I had everything from my dad, but it's just, I always wanted my mom too, you know. I witnessed my grandmother and my grandmother telling me that a lot of rumors that my dad molested my mom. That's how I was born. Thanks to the black. That's how I feel. Like I was a black sheep, you know. To know that could be the case. She told me that wasn't the case. My dad definitely told me that wasn't the case. That basically my mom was just a hot tamale, and it is what it is. But I love both of my parents, don't get me wrong. Especially my dad. ¿Cómo anda? Buenos días.